Welcome back. Today we will be looking at listening as one of the major factors in in interpersonal communication. There are 7 skills of any language. That is listening, speaking, reading, writing, vocabulary, grammar, and literature. Literature is the highest skill of any language in the world. However, listening is the first step that any language involves in it and is a major part in playing the role behind the statement man is a social animal, because there we have to receive the signals, and that is what listening is. It is all about receiving. Let us very quickly go for the learning objectives that we hope to acquire here. That is listening, definition and process. We'll look at the types, 2 types of listening skill. We will look at active listening in somewhat more detail, importance of active listening at workplace, verbal and non-verbal cues of active listening, steps of effective listening, good listener and bad listener, and ways to improve listening skills. The definition of listening states listening is the ability to accurately receive and interpret messages in the communication process. Uh, let's recall the process. Let's recall the session where we discussed about communication and its definition. We discussed that communication is not a one-way process. It is not static thing. It is a two-way process. Communication is based on a process from sender to receiver and back to sender. So listening is associated with the receiver. The receiver receives the message, accurately receives it, then interprets it in his or her own way, and then sends back the feedback. And we also discussed that it is the desired feedback that the sender wishes, as in feedback response. But what if there is no desired feedback? So communication process breaks there, right there, right? So when we go for interpretation, it is listening that gives us the clue or the cue about the sender's message and the sender's actual intention behind that process, behind that message, right? So the process of listening within the work context is by which an employee understands the needs, demands, and preferences of their stakeholders through direct communication. Employee or employer, right? Both. So it is to understand, at workplace we are talking about, it is to understand the needs. What is the need of the client? What is the demand of the client? What is the preference of the client or the stakeholder, in other way, in other words, right? So when we focus on the client, because we have to serve it, and if we fail to serve our clients, it is the failure of the whole communication system, right? And the stakeholder, a client, can be anyone, right from the employer, a client, customer, worker, subordinate, upper management, board member, interviewer, or job candidate. It can be anyone. There are 2 types: active listening and passive listening. Active listening is the ability to focus completely on the sent data and its comprehension and understanding by the receiver. So active listening can be broken into 2 parts. One, receiving, and then reflecting. Right. So actionable listening is the receiving, right? That is where we do action, we perform an action. And then when we reflect upon it means we try to understand it through our own interpretation, through our own knowledge, through our own understanding, through our own wisdom. So that is reflection. So both are part of active listening. Passive listening is just an act of hearing a speaker without retaining their message. So when a message is being recalled, if we are able to recall it, it means that when we listened to it, when we listened to the message, when we received the message, we were performing active listening. But if we are not able to perform, if we are not able to recall the message, it means that there we were at fault and we were passive listener. Active listening, it is highly valued interpersonal communication skills that ensures the ability to engage and later recall specific details, right? So without the need of information repeated, we do not need to repeat the information, it is recalled by its own virtue. Then active listeners use verbal as well as non-verbal techniques, cues. They show something, some cues where they indulge in active listening. Uh, Importance of active listening at workplace. It helps build connections. Connections means it relation between two co-workers, right? So if there is active listening, if you are attentive, if you are active in listening, you will be able to connect to your co-worker in a way that, the second point, it helps build trust that will give you the trust of your co-worker, that you are not going to share whatever is communicated to you, whatever you have listened to, you are not going to share with it. So in a way you gain that trust from your co-worker, and that is how it helps in building that connection. It helps identify and solve problems. So just think about it, that when we are in a board meeting, or we are in a meeting, quick meeting, right, on the floor meeting, right? So there, if we are in a team and the team is discussing about a problem, right, and if we are not actively involved in it, right, so we will not be able to understand the problem itself, let alone solving it. We will not be able to understand the problem, identify the problem even, right? So when we are in that meeting, we have to be all ears, all listening, active listening, that, right? What happens, that if we are performing that active listening, we will be able to understand the core of that problem, and if we understand the core of the problem, we will be able to identify the solution even, right? Is all about actively receiving the knowledge, right? So when we are into an active zone of listening, we expand, we increase our knowledge base, and because we have got knowledge, we have got experience, right, we can always have a better understanding, better outlook than others. And the last one, it helps avoid missing critical information. There is one TV series, Game of Thrones, and there is one very famous character, and in fact, one of my favorite characters, Lord Varys. He is also known as Master of Whispers. So, in one of the scenes, he tells uh, another character that information is power, right? So if we have information, if we have critical information, we can always have that power inside us, right? And we will always be able to go over it, go over the uh, go over the problematic phases in our lives. So we must have critical information, and it is very much needed Not only for our job sustenance, it is also needed for solving the problem. Verbal cues of active listening. Paraphrasing is summarizing. So whatever we listen to, we have to summarize it, and summarize it and verify it. Ask open-ended questions. Open-ended questions we have discussed in our previous session. Tell me more about it. Tell me more about it. So it is open-ended question. So whenever you go for listening, after listening, you must have some open-ended questions so that you are able to get all the knowledge from the speaker. Asking specific probing questions. So once we have got all the things from the speaker, all the knowledge from the speaker, all the critical information about anything from the speaker, right, we have to understand it more. And to understand it, in order to understand the whole thing, a whole problem, we have to ask specific questions, right? And that is how the classes go on. If there is a presentation, the teacher is there for interaction, and then after discussion you ask pointed questions. What is this, what is that, why is it so? Because you want to clarify your doubts, right? So open-ended question is there to expand the knowledge base, and specific question is there to sort out any confusion. Using short verbal affirmation. Short verbal affirmation is like, okay, that's right. Right. So what you do, you are involving the speaker with you, and the speaker is very much secure with you. How? Because there is the speaker understands that you are with them and you are in active listening, and that is how speakers morale and speakers attention is gained. Speaker is motivated. Displaying empathy, right? So if the speaker is sharing a life experience with you, right, what you have to do, you have to share similar experiences with or you have to feel similar experiences as that of the speaker, right? What happens that if you are showing empathy is similar feelings. So if you are showing empathy, the speaker is very much relaxed in that whole environment and is able to open up and give you more information than he could have given without empathy. Sharing similar experiences, that is what. Recalling previously shared information. So if the speaker had shared some information earlier, right? So, and if you are in active listening, you will be able to recall it, and once you recall it, it is always going to help the speaker. Like if your boss instructed you something, say on Monday, and on Thursday he's in a meeting and he is trying to get something. He's forgetting something on the whole thing, and you are present there. And if you tell your boss about that particular thing which he is missing, that might be very vital information, right? So that way you will get your due from the boss, right? That is very important. Non-verbal cues of active listening. Nodding, like nodding your head, smiling. You must have a pleasant smile on you always. Avoiding distracted movements means like uh, you are not mentally present there. You are looking outside the window, or you are scratching your head, right? That is distracting movement. Maintaining eye contact. If you are maintaining eye contact, that shows confidence, right? And that shows affirmation that you are getting everything that the speaker is saying. Or if not getting everything, you are trying to get everything that the speaker is trying to convey. Steps to effective listening. There are certain steps through which we can effectively listen. First one is face the speaker and maintain eye contact. That way you make the speaker comfortable and you show your confidence in the speaker. Be attentive but be relaxed. Uh, you do not have to go overboard and be upright. You have to be relaxed. Keep an open mind. Keep an open mind means you have to be open for all the information. You do not have to be closed. You do not have to keep your mind preoccupied with your own knowledge. Listen to the words and picture what the speaker is saying. Right. This is important. जब कोई स्पीकर कुछ आपको बोल रहा है तो आपके दिमाग में उसका एक पिक्चर बनना चाहिए. Why that is necessary? Because जब आपके दिमाग में पिक्चर बनेगा तो आपको क्लैरिटी होगी. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ आई एम सेइंग एप्पल, तो सबके दिमाग में एक एप्पल बना होगा. क्यों? क्योंकि बचपन से उसको अभी तक पिक्चर किया है. सो इफ द सेम वे वी अप्लाई, और जब मैं बोलता हूँ सर्किट, राइट, तो अगर मैं सर्किट बोल रहा हूँ और आपके दिमाग में एक सर्किट का पिक्चर बन रहा है, एक सर्किट का डायग्राम बन रहा है, राइट, सो दैट वे it will help you in understanding the flaws in it, right? Don't interrupt and don't impose solutions, right? So if for example in a board meeting you are sitting right there, and if some of your co-workers or one of your co-workers is stating a problem, right, it is very good to come up with a solution quickly. It shows leadership skills. But if your co-worker is stating a problem, right, उसको finish नहीं होने दिया, and immediately you come up with a solution. So how do you know that that solution is applicable to the whole problem? क्योंकि आपने तो पूरा प्रॉब्लम सुना ही नहीं. जब आपने पूरा प्रॉब्लम सुना नहीं, then how come that solution is absolute, right? So don't interrupt. First listen to the whole thing. एक बारी पूरा सुन लो, then wait for 2-3 seconds. That is okay. That is perfectly okay, and that is what desirable by the employers, to wait 2-3 seconds, right? And then propose a solution. And what do you do in those 2-3 seconds? You process the solution. And once you process the solution, that solution more often than not is acceptable, is workable, right? So you have to go through the whole process. Wait for the speaker to stop to ask clarifying question, right? So if the same almost the same thing, if the speaker has not stopped and has not completed his arguments, right, and if you start asking questions that may deviate the whole point, might be possible that the speaker is coming up with all the things that is disturbing you or that is confusing you, right? After you ask the question, right, ask question only to ensure understanding, right? So if you have a problem, then only you ask a question. If you do not have a problem, do not ask a question, because if you ask unnecessary question, that will cluster your own mind, that will confuse, you will confuse yourself, and you all are very good at it. Try to feel what the speaker is feeling, right? Have empathy. Give the speaker regular feedback through your non-verbal cues and verbal cues, right? Pay attention to what isn't said, right? What isn't said, how do you know what isn't said? You understand it through two things, through your body language, the speaker, the body language of the speaker, and the paralanguage or the paralinguistic features used by the speaker, right? And also proxemics and chronemics and all, right? So those non-verbal cues are more important than the verbal cues. There is a quick uh, comparison between a good listener and a bad listener. Right? A good listener fully comprehends what the speaker is saying. Bad listener looks distracted. Good listener decodes the paralanguage and non-verbal cues. Right? The bad listener is evasive. वो अपनी दुनिया में मस्त रहता है. Good listener asks questions to clarify speaker's stand. Bad listener asks questions to interrupt or to monopolize the whole thing. Monopolize मतलब मैं हूँ, मैं ही जो बोलूंगा वही सही है, बाकी जो बोलेगा सब गलत है. So it is not that. A good listener is open to new ideas, opinions or thoughts, right? A bad listener is lost in own knowledge base. जो पहले पढ़ा है बस वही पढ़ा है, वही सब कुछ सही है, वही absolute है, right? So that is not there. Every day, every moment, we'll learn something new, right? Then a good listener listens to understand. A bad listener listens to respond, right? There are certain ways to improve listening skills. Face the speaker and give them attention. Keep an open mind. Go for active listening and just listen. It is more important to listen and process in our mind than to respond, right? So we must be ready for any new information. We must be ready for any new thing, right? Any new thing coming to our way. That is very important. Let's conclude the whole thing. For effective listening, we must maintain eye contact. We must face the speaker to give them attention. We must not be judgmental. We should never judge the speaker on what he is saying or how he is saying. Right? We must. This is what we have been taught or we have been told since our childhood. We must employ active listening skills. All the skills of active listening we have to employ. We must listen to understand and not to respond. Thank you so much.